Awesome. Well, it's exciting to be here today, isn't it? I'm looking forward to hearing from many of you and, being able to provide feedback, communicate, and help change the world today. So I'd like to start off by saying that I think we're all here to change the world. Obviously, a lot of us are here as businesses, nonprofits, organizations, and money is critically important. It's not only important to us, but it's important to the rest of the world. Right now, we face a pretty big challenge, which is that over the next 10 years, 1 billion jobs across the world are likely to be disrupted in one shape or form, and that has to do a lot with AI, Web3, blockchain, and it has to do with robotics. And so I think I'd like to kind of pose this question, why are you here today? And think on that a little bit. At Rebel, we're trying to solve a specific problem that we hope may help to alleviate and empower millions, if not billions, of people around the world. Currently, there is a huge demand to create communities, meaningful communities in which we can communicate with, share content, and hopefully monetize. Whether you're a brand, you're a business, you're a content creator, or you're an influencer. We know that Gen Z, more than ever, are slowly stopping their use of social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. And that's because they're moving towards more niche-based communities where they can either, through a social commerce platform, they can monetize, or they can create content, build audiences, and start to monetize their audience that way. There's still an incredible amount of challenges facing everybody today that's trying to create meaningful communities online. Talking to some of the biggest brands in the world today, putting a message out to their communities through social media often feels like they receive zero ROI from doing so. This is pathetic. We have the world's best means of communication that has ever existed. And ROI for communicating online feels like nothing. So, here's what we propose. We propose, just like many of us in the Web3 community, to build platforms where we can tokenize communities, but now thanks to the advent of AI, we can combine this incredibly powerful tool for creating and generating content and collaborate with each other in a brand new way. We're creating a new standard in Web3 that we're happy to talk about today called trustless collaboration. It's going to empower the Rebel platform and protocol which we're developing to enable users to create content, amazing high-quality content with AI-powered tools, to collaborate in a way that allows people to protect their IP, their intellectual property, and monetize. There's nothing out there like this right now. The Rebel protocol is going to allow developers who have already started to create district communities within Rebel and collaborate with their users to launch applications or video games, much like Facebook did back in the day, when you could create a Facebook group and you could, amass an audience of 1 million users, a few million users, and then launch your own application. The problem with Facebook is that it was mirrored in privacy and data issues, and then of course now, I don't know any kid that's on the platform. The market potential for this type of project, you might think, oh, well, let's talk about the Web3 numbers. Web3 numbers are great, and the Web3 world is amazing, but really, the market potential lies in what's happening with AI technologies right now. The adoption for AI is happening incredibly faster than in the rest of the Web3 world right now. And that's because kids are incredibly excited to use AI content tools, to use LLMs, to use ChatGPT. Now, we believe that there is an incredible potential for the entire rest of the Web3 community if we really start to tap into these AI creative tools, tie them into our platforms, and make sure that there is an ease of use that has most often be the sort of stumbling block to the Web3 world, in particular blockchain and crypto-based platforms. Our competitors right now consist of the other major AI platforms, the generative platforms that often lack community, lack tokenization, and lack any means of monetization for users that are now generating probably some of the most high-quality, cutting-edge, next-gen content in the world right now. And that's why we are combining all of those wonderful technologies with our trustless collaboration standard to make it easy within one platform to create your community collaboratively and then launch your own application around it, your own video game, etc. We already have 10,000 users. We're in private beta. We're just about to launch some more tools within the next couple of weeks, and we're going to be launching our standard later this year in Q3. We're super excited to be here. We're super excited to talk to partners, potential investors, anybody that is interested in helping us to drive forward the future of Web3 with AI and blockchain technologies. My name is Thomas. Thank you very much.
Okay, so nice to meet you. I'm Brieux, co-founder of Nefele. Nefele is a new layer 1 GPIN for cloud storage for the Web3 ecosystem. So let's start very easy. And I hope you recover from the Bitcoin halving. So let's start with this simple number. The number is 90%. 90% of data storage in Web3 companies is centralized. This can lead to some cybersecurity concerns. Some months ago, the Mixing network got hacked from their Google Cloud accounts, and they lost a lot of money. Think that the Web3 ecosystem is still a niche and need to spend a lot of money in cybersecurity. But there is an alternative. We call it decentralized data storage infrastructure. These solutions have some issues today. First, these networks have some profitability issues. If you are an infrastructure provider in these networks, you don't know how you can earn easily, and if you want to provide high-quality equipment, you won't make it. Second point is the seamless development. It's very tough to integrate these networks in the new Web3 services. And the last point, and the most major one, is the user experience you can have when you want to retrieve your data from these networks. It's not very fast in terms of file transfer speed, and then we need to find a solution to provide a more suitable decentralized data storage infrastructure. Here comes with Nefele. Nefele has been designed to provide the best decentralized data storage experience. To do that, first, we decided to fork Ethereum. Ethereum has the largest community of developers, and today very well known for a lot of Web3 services. With that, if you want to do a DApp, DeFi solution, or a layer 2 solution, you can do it and build it on the top of Nefele. Additionally, we developed a new algorithm called the Quality of Network Optimizer. This optimizer incentivizes the infrastructure providers to provide high-quality services as infrastructure. Of course, there is a marketplace on the top of the network. If you are an infrastructure provider, you are going to choose by yourself the data storage fees you want in the network. And then, if you want to win these data storage fees, then you must commit with the QoN optimizer. And if you are doing correctly your job, you are earning the data storage fees. It is how we incentivize, in fact, a nice and great quality of services and to optimize, of course, the file transfer speed. Of course, we have an hybridization of a proof of stake, and proof of spacetime on the top of the network, which allow anyone to fairly deploy on our network. And last and not the least, the whitelist system. It's a system where developers will be able to use some packages and to know that these packages offer them a framework in terms of data compliance in their regional laws. In fact, decentralized data storage, there are a lot of solutions, but Our difference with our competitors is that we are focusing on frequently accessed files. We call that in the cloud storage world the hot storage. It's where you need a lot of downloads from the data storage space you have. But today, 1 billion of expenses are made by the Web3 ecosystem in centralized solutions because of this need. And we want to focus this need. In 2030, 770 billion of USD will be in the data storage, cloud data storage, and this market is growing very fast. The Web3 ecosystem is also growing on this point, and we want to capture a part of this market. To do that, we developed first a team. So we started the project more than 1 year ago. My name is Brieux. I'm a PhD in computer science. I work in the space for more than 8 years. 5 years ago, I met my co-founder, Giacomo Minigan, and we decided to start it 1 year ago, this project, and to build the technology. Of course, this team is not alone to develop the solution. In fact, we want to develop an ecosystem. So first, we developed an MVP that allows any Web3 services to deploy on the top of the network. This MVP has been live some days ago, and we need to accelerate our growth. Our acceleration starts with the phase 2, communities. We want to grow our community. We want to improve our social media. To grow the community, we are going to deploy the first B2C service, our first start-to-earn application. We are going as well to improve the B2B developments. We need to have partners to build on the top of the network, and we invite any kind of Web3 companies to take an interest into Nefere and to see if they can deploy a data storage with us. And finally, not the last, we need to deploy our last stage of infrastructure. It's data storage. It's expensive. So as it's expensive, we need as well to have some funds to support our growth. It is why we started to fundraise, to raise funds, for 1 million of our network, for 1 million for 5% of the network supply. We are in pre-seed round, and we are doing that in token sale. We are based in France, and so we are happy to share more our vision with anyone here, Web3 companies, investors, and to see how we can commit together the future of Web3 and to start this mass adoption we want tomorrow. It was Brieux. It was a pleasure to present you Nefere, and see you soon.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I need to adjust to this mic. Yes, good morning. My name is Andrei. I'm in crypto since 2018 when I joined Gnosis to work on Gnosis Safe. So we did a couple of iterations before Safe became the go-to solution as a multi-signature wallet and found its product market fit. And while working at Safe, we saw establishment of the earliest DAO. I participated in many DAOs myself, and I've always been passionate about the enormous potential that the DAO space can offer to this world. That's why when Safe spinned off from Gnosis and established a separate company, I and my co-founder Pavel, we decided to embark ourselves to a new journey, and we started working on Goverland with a mission to make governance fun, exciting, to bring it to the masses. We think that right now it's a proper time to work in this space. First of all, because the legislation frameworks are evolving constantly. Every year we see a lot of new countries or states in the United States adopting better frameworks so that contributes to the growth of the DAO ecosystem. As well, we see that the amount of the users participating in the DAOs year to year constantly growing. So right now, according to the snapshot data, we have something like, on average, 600,000 monthly active users participating in different DAOs and spaces. We also see that the treasuries of the DAOs are constantly growing. According to the latest data, there is around 40 billion in assets managed by biggest DAO treasuries. And we anticipate this year many more L2 DAOs will appear on the market, like Starknet DAO, Polygon DAO, ZK DAO. More than 30 L2 chains will form a DAO soon. Not speaking about the infinite amount of hidden potential of the yet undiscovered DAO use cases that we will see soon. Yeah, the earliest DAO that formed, they have some difficulties because they used the earliest tag. There was not like good solutions on the market. And right now, many DAOs, they have many problems in the space. So the fragmentation of information, you need to use many systems, energy-consuming decision-making, delegation is often clunky and inefficient. We know about all these problems. And these problems result in low engagement, so there is less than 5% of DAO token holders usually participate in the governance. Pseudo-decentralization, really few amount of the token holders make the final decisions, suboptimal decision-making, and of course, when you delegate the tokens, you usually don't follow up on how your delegates perform, do they align with your values, and etc. But we believe that we still miss several parts for the mass adoption of the DAO space. As I said, what we see right now was 40 billion of assets managed by the DAOs is just the really top of an iceberg. There is yet so many undiscovered use cases that we will see in the nearest years. For example, vote and earn, when people or DAO participants can interact with their brands in actually earning money or different perks by voting in the decision makings of that brands. Pay to vote. Different ideas of public good funding or crowdfunding organized with help of DAOs. Bonding curve DAOs. Imagine friend tech and snapshot combination when you have ability to buy DAO tokens according to the boarding curve price and exit this DAO anytime. And of course, everyone is speaking about real-world assets. And with real-world assets tokenization, there will be DAOs that will be managing these real-world assets. And a lot of experts predict that this space will grow to trillions by 2030. We also see that the technology is becoming more friendlier for the DAO space. So the recent Dencon hard fork, it's make the prices 10 times cheaper. Evolution of L3 chains and sharding in the Ethereum space will soon make this on-chain prices, like on-chain transactions, almost free, which also opens enormous potential for the DAO space. Storage proofs and verifiable computation enable cross-chain voting when you can keep your DAO tokens on L1 chain, but actually manage all the governance on L2, L3, and soon we will see Starknet DAO that will be implying these mechanics this year. And of course, evolution of identity systems. We see that a lot of projects were funded recently, and projects like Coinbase attestations, Gitcoin Passport, WorldCoin, Polygon ID, and etc. They bring identity on chain. They bring new possibilities for the DAO when you can build a Sybil-resistant DAO participation. Altogether, with the simplifying of tool sets, simplifying of use cases, we see the DAOs, or in general, the voting mechanics in the DAOs, like crypto-likes in the Web3 era. So by submitting your votes, you're kind of giving an appreciation to the decisions of some brand, DAO, or a community. And we on a goal to simplify this interaction with the DAOs as much as possible. Yeah, the application that we built, we envisioned several types of monetization. One of them will be protocol rewards. When the DAOs will be using some on-chain protocol, they will be paying to these protocols some fees for the votes, for, I don't know, for being there, and the protocols will distribute rewards to the interfaces that bring votes actually to these protocols. We will have app subscription with cool features like verified users, AI features, advanced analytics, and etc. And we already talked to several DAOs, and they're super interested in having possibility sending push notifications to their users through admin interface, communicating to their users directly, utilizing our inbox inside the application. Yeah, this is our team. We are small. We are 2 co-founders. I, Andrei Sherboich, and Pavel is my technical co-founder. We also have 8 different contributors at the moment with different type of the involvement, and we're excited to have top advisors in the space, who is Evgeny from Zerion, CEO of Zerion, and Fabian, CEO of the Snapshot. So we are very strategically aligned with the Snapshot, and we want to bring super convenient user experience to participate in DAOs. So what are we looking for? Right now, we are in the seed stage. We are fundraising. We need this money to accelerate our development, to integrate on-chain voting. We already integrated Snapshot. You can download the app from the test flight. It will be live in the App Store next week. But we want to integrate on-chain voting. We want to integrate many features with delegates accountability, more advanced analytics on top of analytics that we already have, to build Android app, to integrate AI assistant to interact with the DAOs, and of course to try out first monetization use cases. Yes, thank you. Here are my contact details, and happy to chat with you if you're interested.
Thank you guys for being patient on the technical side of things. Hi, I'm Kenny. I'm the founder and chief economist of Cowrie Labs, which is a company that builds Shell Protocol. I have about 6 years of experience designing and building DeFi protocols, and I'm going to sort of give you guys a quick demo and rundown of what we've been building. Before I go into details, how many people here have used DeFi before or are familiar with DeFi? Oh, nice. So we have a kind of a DeFi native crowd, which is awesome. So before I talk about Shell Protocol and what it does and what problems it solves, I think it's important to first talk about the status quo of DeFi and in particular a user pain that's not being addressed right now. So I'm going to walk you guys through a typical user journey in DeFi. So Alice has some crypto assets and she wants to put those assets to work to earn some yield. And currently she's an LP in Curve and wants to see if she can get a better APY somewhere else. So the first thing she does is she opens the Curved app to check her current APY and sees that she's getting about 0.7%. The second step she does is she opens Aave and goes and sees that she can earn 2% lending out ETH. And so then she has to go back to the Curved app. Then she has to withdraw her USDC. Then she has to go to Uniswap, swap USDC for ETH, then go back to the Aave app and deposit ETH. And so in total, this was 8 steps on 3 different dApps and sent 3 separate transactions. And this anecdote is not just a one-off. We did a survey of about 118 respondents of users of DeFi that we sourced on Twitter and Discord. And we found that 93% of the respondents have to send more than one transaction when moving between protocols. 88% will open more than one tab when they're using DeFi. And not surprisingly, there's a very low satisfaction rate of only 31% when it comes to the current DeFi UI UX. And so basically, users are dissatisfied with the status quo UI UX, and people are sending unnecessary transactions while juggling too many tabs. And I think that the root problem with DeFi UI UX right now is fundamentally users want the ability to access as many DeFi protocols as possible, but they don't want to be using as many dApps and front ends as possible. Instead, what users want is one dApp that has everything. In other words, they want a super dApp. So that was the status quo, and now I'm going to show you guys what the future of DeFi looks like. I was hoping I could do a live demo, but I don't think this isn't my laptop, so I'm going to have to play you guys a video.
Hi, I'm Kenny, founder and chief economist.
Is there? I don't know. I guess the sound's not playing.
And I'm going to show you how we can use the Shell dApp to move our tokens between different DeFi protocols.
It looks a lot like
the Shell dApp interface is very similar to a swap screen with an input token and an output token. Except, in addition to being able to trade tokens, we can also select DeFi protocols. I'm an LP in the Curve USDC USDT pool, getting about 1% APY. I think I can probably do better, so let's select that as my input token. For my output token, I'm going to check to see what kind of rates I can get on Aave. It looks like I can get about 2% on the wrapped ETH pool, so I'll select that as my output token. I'm going to move all my tokens. I'm going to hit max. Then I hit swap token. I confirm the trade. Off camera, I am signing a transaction with my wallet. And what's happening under the hood is that the Shell protocol is withdrawing stablecoins from Curve, swapping them to wrapped ETH, and then depositing that wrapped ETH into Aave. Looks like the transaction confirmed. If I were to go to the Aave front end, I would see this balance there. And yeah, that's how we move tokens between Curve and Aave in one transaction. Thanks for watching.
So, okay. And so, oh, one second.
Hi,
Okay, so kind of to summarize, in the status quo, doing something like that, which should have been a simple task, takes 3 transactions, 3 different dApps, and 8 total steps. Whereas if you use a super dApp like Shell, that's only 1 transaction, you only have to use 1 front end, and it's like 2 steps. So Shell is more than 3 times as efficient for users than the DeFi status quo. And the last thing I want to talk about is super dApps. Like right now, DeFi is very siloed between a bunch of different front ends and dApps and protocols. And with Shell and super dApps, DeFi is going to become incredibly flat, where you're going to be able to use every dApp or every protocol on every chain kind of in just one-click transactions. And that's not only going to make DeFi a lot better and easier to use for existing users and power users, it's going to pave the way for mass adoption of DeFi. Because right now, the way DeFi works, there's no way that regular people are going to use it. But with super dApps, DeFi becomes a lot more accessible. And I think a previous presentation was talking about real-world assets coming online. And I think with super dApps, it's just going to really supercharge that type of growth. So if you're curious about our fundraise, please reach out to me. I have like a full pitch deck that I can share with you, but I just wanted to kind of show you what Shell Protocol was about. So thank you guys very much.
Hi, everyone. Nice to be here and nice to see all of you. I hope everyone is doing okay and had a great week. So my name is Jenna, and I'm here to introduce to you the Meta Fight Club. So the Meta Fight Club is a new generation combat sports league that's owned and managed by its community. So our team has been evolving both in the crypto space for many years and as well as in the fight industry. And a few observations we've made is that this is an industry where the key value creators are the fighters, obviously, but also their communities and their fans. And the people creating the value are not the one really being fully rewarded for that value. So the value distribution model is very unfair. It's obviously a very centralized business where you have centralized entities, large entities that are extracting a lot of the value out of the fighters and their communities. So we believe that the centralized model for matchmaking and value distribution is not optimal. And we also believe that the power of communities is not being explored and that we can do better. So essentially, this is an industry that's ready for transformation and innovation. And this is where the Meta Fight Club comes in. So the Meta Fight Club basically introduces a new approach to the fight promotion model, an approach in which we want to bring fair and equal access to opportunities for fighters and communities and give the decision power to in the hands of the community. So essentially, this is an international fight promotion that will be hosting events worldwide with different disciplines going from boxing, kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai, and more. It's going to be, as I said, managed and controlled by its community, so I'll get back to that point a little bit later. And the idea is to give a level playing field to fighters so that they can showcase their skills, and we hope by that to unveil kind of like hidden talent that don't really have the opportunities to get into the kind of like large organizations. So as I said, this is a decentralized organization which is powered by Web3. So as we all know here, Web3 allows us to align incentives of different stakeholders in an organization. It allows us to create governance models that caters to certain needs. So in this case, we want to be governing a fight promotion, deciding, who is fighting who, where are we going to do an event, what's the budget, who is getting paid and how much, etc. So all of that is going to be run in a community fashion, and this essentially allows us to create opportunities not only for fighters, but also for their communities that are basically like not having any opportunities as of today, you know, in like organizations such as UFC or Glory or, you know, you name it. So with Web3, we can also incentivize desired behaviors, we can incentivize participation, engagement, and that's what we're trying to do here. So our tech stack allows us to rethink this industry from the ground up. So it's not rocket science for, you know, very crypto native people here, but basically the league is going to be supported by a DAO on the Ethereum blockchain that's going to take all of the decisions on matchmaking, event production, reward distribution, etc. So it's going to be a token-based membership, with a token being the MFC token, governance token, granting voting power, ownership, and a few other interesting features that we're working on. But we don't want to limit ourselves to just like, you know, a DAO and a token. So we really want to explore things that are possible with Web3, using as many Web3 tools as possible to unlock new experiences, whether it's on-chain or off-chain. So we're also working with other teams, such as the Joker Race or Farcaster team, to create those experiences. The vision and the goal here is to bring more transparency to this industry. As I said, offer more you know, fair and equal access to opportunities, but also empower community. And another big one for me, as someone that has been in crypto for a really long time, is it's a way to also onboard new people to this industry. So the martial arts industry is like very, very far from what we're doing, but I believe that it's a community that would, you know, benefit a lot from the things that we are building. And I think this is a great way to onboard a new user. And I think this cycle is a really good time to do it as well. So yeah, just to summarize and wrap up, this is a cross-disciplinary fight league. We're going to be doing different disciplines: boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA. It's going to be managed by the community, so you know, you can be part of this if you're interested in that as well. And we, in terms of the team, as I said, we have been both into the crypto space for a long time. For myself, for example, and other members of the team are professional fighters, world champions in kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, have experience in the largest organization. So we have like quite a strong foothold both in the martial arts industry and also in crypto. And I think it's just an interesting experiment to see what we can do with the tools that we've spent many years building in kind of like more of a physical world, real world approach. So yeah, if you're interested in that, you can just reach out to me. I'll be here until like 2-3 p.m. and I'll also be here tomorrow. Thank you.
In Geneva, Wisconsin. And yeah, he is the inspiration for what we do here today. So my name is Dave Scott. I'm the CEO and founder of Evil Genius Games. This is my 4th startup. I'm a serial entrepreneur. My first 3 startups were all venture-backed and all had successful exits. My last startup was a company called Laughly, which was an on-demand streaming comedy platform that was sold to Kevin Hart in 2018. So Evil Genius Games makes role-playing games based on successful movie franchises. Franchises like Rambo and Pacific Rim and Kong vs. Godzilla. We started out as a physical product, very much like Dungeons & Dragons, where we actually sell the product in over 3,000 stores worldwide. We have a 5-star, a perfect star rating in a lot of the rating sites that talk about these types of games. Believe it or not, this industry is large. It's a $30 billion industry growing at 11.8% CAGR to a $50 billion industry by 2028. Over 150 million people worldwide play games like this in Dungeons & Dragons, which is absolutely astonishing. Last year, we did $1.2 million in revenue just off our physical products alone. So now it's time to bring these old school games into the 21st century. The games that I play, the D&D games that I play today, are the exact same games I played when I was 11 years old. Nothing has changed. So what we're talking about is introducing a series of technologies that will enhance gameplay. So the first thing that we launched was a subscription site, which actually allows people to have access to the digital content right online. It builds a community of players that can now build their characters, can actually create adventures, and even play the game online. The second product that we created is called Dispatch. It's an organized play program which allows people to find other players to play with all over the world. Right now, we give this to retail stores. We have over 110 retail stores that have done hundreds and hundreds of games through our Dispatch app. We've built a phenomenal team of game designers, people who are famous in this space, people who created games like the G.I. Joe game, the Transformers game, even the My Little Pony game was created by one of our designers that's on staff today. But what's exciting about this and where we're going to bring blockchain to the market is all around this concept of homebrew. So believe it or not, players like to create their own characters. They like to create their own items. They like to create their own bad guys and villains. What we want to do is we want to monetize that through a UGC marketplace using blockchain. So we're going to be introducing in September the Genius token, which will have a utility to be able to actually create in-game items that are going to be immediately usable for your characters. In addition to that, we'll also have an NFT discount subscription card, which will allow you to stake tokens for certain items in the game, certain subscription levels in the game, and then also the ability to play the game with celebrities. An NFT marketplace, which gives you that NFT utility token. So for example, we're getting ready to announce a relationship with Mad Max. And so imagine that there is the Mad Max Dodge Charger, and there's only one of its kind in the game. And then the third is to be able to earn for tokens. Every single time you GM a game or play a game at a convention or play a game online via Twitch, you should be able to get an airdrop, earn tokens, and be able to stake those as you'd like as well. We've actually been, we raised $1.5 million so far on a $3 million round. We have very, very good venture capitalists like Blockchain Founders Fund, Hustle Fund, Sarah Fund, and others. We have about $1.5 million left in the round. It is a safe with token warrants, and we'd be happy to talk to anyone who might be interested in getting into the round. You could reach me at Evil Genius Games on Telegram, or you could also find me tomorrow because I'll be here for the speed dating, VC speed dating day here. So hopefully you get a chance to talk to me about a little bit of D&D, a little bit of what we're doing here with some of these blockbuster movie franchises, and how we're going to drive utility through our UGC marketplace. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Tiziano Tritico, co-founder of Metaswap. Metaswap wants to onboard traditional finance into DeFi. Let's see why. So the reason is simple, is because of numbers. As we can see, only the past year we had $700 trillion in volumes in derivatives for the traditional finance sector. And only in commodities, the past year, we saw $15 trillion. In DeFi, we saw 0.5 trillion. And the why is because we are still missing the real world asset sector. But this wave is coming to this sector. And we started to build a solution before RWA was cool. So we already built a product with 8,000 plus hedging contracts opened and settled, and with $2.6 million volumes on-chain already exchanged. The hedging contract solution, this is already a dashboard. I have also a short video to show how it works. It was built from scratch, so it's something unique, and is based on the hedging solution to settle a cover for a specific asset, so an underlying asset, on a specific period of time. So as we can see in this video, we can select the underlying asset. We can select RAPBTC, Ether, OP, or real-world asset when they will come. And we can set the duration, the cover we want to have. And what happens is that when the time expires, the difference we have in the price, so for example, we open a position to cover 1 Ether for a week. If the price of Ether will go down in this week, At the settlement time, at the expiration time, the smart contracts will settle the difference in price of the underlying asset. So it's a complete hedging solution like the financial swap asset, contracts. And at the moment, we already have I think, the crypto assets like, as I show you, Wrapped BTC, Ether, OP, but also the gold, thanks to Paxos Gold. The ecosystem is already made by security audits, unit testing, incentivized testnet, and we had already a token with the option to stake the token, bridge integration, and Uniswap V3 NFT staking and other solution to manage all the token governance possibilities. And the governance has already a blog, a DAO, a forum, documentations made. The supported networks are starting from Ethereum, and then L2s on Ethereum and EVM solutions. The hedging contracts are already available on Linea, Optimism, and Ethereum. The next steps will be to scale up this solution because, as I say, the real-world assets are coming to the sector. We need a speed-up onboarding for this solution, and so to create an Oracle-based technology, so without the necessity to have tokens issued by third parties. Then we want to build also perpetuals, because it's a big trend in the crypto ecosystem, so to have also a solution without a predetermined period, and adding account abstraction to the solution, so to onboard new users with a better UX, so with the Web 2 feeling. Our milestones, we already had a grant from Optimism, we participated in a Linea campaign, and we built an account abstraction pilot during the Luca Comic and Games the past year. And our collaboration with Salarsi Bridge, Chainlink, Optimism, Linea, and Etherspot for account abstraction. This is our team. I'm a KOL in Italy, so I'm known as YouTuber in the country. I'm here since 2016. This is my third halving in the sector. The other co-founder, we have a team of 30 plus members, developers, marketers, legal advisor, backed by a Swiss foundation, the DeFi Foundation. We are still not covered by any VC. I will be here for further details for the day for today and tomorrow to show more details about the project. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Mohammed Salman Anjum. I'm the chief mate for the Invoice Mate. I'll piggyback from our previous speaker that we need to take off-chain world closer to the on-chain world. And no better way to do it through the most commonly used to instrument a document from the off-chain world. So I'll build it up with a small teaser, and then we'll take it forward.
National invoices change hands all around us, but few recognize their $3.6 trillion opportunity. Global invoice financing, an invoice is more than a document. It is an instrument with real-world measurable value, behind which a skyline of opportunity can be built. InvoiceMate Marketplace empowers on-chain investors to provide liquidity to qualified companies and their cryptographically verifiable invoices obtain financing and generate stable and de-risked yields for themselves. InvoiceMate, unlocking the power of invoices.
Unlocking the power of invoices, but for what reason, right? Invoices are world's most commonly used business document. And as I said, it's a very good way to bring the off-chain world to the on-chain world and go for the mass adoption of the stable coins and, of course, DeFi as well. So the problem of traditional centralized invoicing is very severe. It is hampering the businesses to get the access to the credit because invoice receivable stands as assets on their balance sheet. But the lending institution, because they have to do a lot of tedious due diligence, and that's the reason why they generally avoid invoice-based financing. So it is a problem which is hampering both on-chain investors and at the same time off-chain businesses. In comes InvoiceMate's decentralized infrastructure for the invoicing. Why I call it infrastructure? Because it is having a tech stack of invoice management system, then the invoice tokenization platform, loan origination system, and then finally the marketplace. It helps the businesses to get the access to the much needed capital and from the alternative source of the on-chain platforms. Now, the market of RWA is already getting bigger and bigger every day. By 2030, we all know that it will be turning into 16 trillion plus. Invoice financing as well, on the other side, is going to be $6 trillion worth market segment. And even now, it's $3.6 trillion market. So the market is there, demand is there, liquidity is there. You need instruments, you need enabler. The infrastructure are the tools. So for that, you need this kind of a decentralized invoicing ecosystem. Invoices are happening for centuries now, but they're living in the past. We need to bring them in the future, in coming days. And that is required, and this is an ideal time with the help of blockchain and AI, we can do this. So invoice can be generated on our system. We can also fetch it through other systems, and then we tokenize it. Each step of the invoice journey, in the next slide I'll explain further. Blockchain and AI powered AI, KYI, know your invoice. It's just like the KYC. It's the KYC of the invoices, because that is the asset which is getting tokenized and which is getting then into the lending and borrowing transaction. So it has to be verified, and there has to be a mechanism to score these assets. It comes onto the listing and pools of the marketplace only when it is verified. And of course, then it is providing the stable and high kind of a yield as well. Now, I have spoken about the KYI, which is the USP of this project. How are we doing it with the help of AI and blockchain? First of all, our Mate chain enables trust in entire workflow of the invoices, reviews, approvals, payments, duplications, and all. It keeps on as a single source of truth. The AI bots also keep on detecting the frauds and the credit eligibility, which is the biggest pain point of the lending institutions are the investors who are doing on invoice-based financing. So that's what we call KYI, Know Your Invoice, the world's first ever digital invoice verification happening with the cryptographically means and of course AI. Let's talk about our business model, and I'll bring our numbers because we are not, and as the previous speaker said, we are here before the RWA was a cool thing. So we've been live for 9 months now and been impacting the number of SMEs. So our revenue is coming from two sources, basically. The performance fee when we enable lending and borrowing transactions, and that's the curve we are experiencing since July, and this month we'll be closing around $20,000 in that revenue. And of course, the second subscription-based revenue, because we have a invoicing ecosystem, and that gets us the subscription fee revenue as well. So till date, we have crossed $110,000 worth revenue, and it's the business model we are pursuing. I'll talk more about our growth and impact in the last 8 months. Total revenue I've shared. Very importantly, asset finance till date is 4.3 million. And more importantly, 0 non-performing loan. That's the testimonial of our KYI technology, that how secure assets we bring on chain. So overall, 1,700 plus registered businesses. We have partnerships with the supply chains, business platforms. That is giving us a sustainable supply of the SMEs and their invoices, which helped us to do $200 million worth invoices as tokenized ones. And very importantly, we have 10 plus lending partners now with us, coming from the off-chain world and of course on-chain liquidity providers as well. This is the amazing team with me, which is basically a blend of RWA tokenization and conventional finance expertise. We are backed with the region's leading accelerator programs, Mohammed bin Rashid Innovation Fund, Crypto Oasis, DIFC, which is again a leading finance accelerator program here, TDFI and Definity Foundation as well. From the get-go, we started this project as a camel corn, not with the philosophy of the unicorn, rather a philosophy of the camel corn, just to build it on a strong growth and cash flow model. And that's why I bootstrapped it until it reached the product market fit. And now I'm getting into the raise. We have already signed $500K investor and doing this $1.2 million worth seed round. Overall, we are raising $4.9 million to take our current number from 4.3 million to 100 million by the end of the next quarter, quarter two of the next year, and of course, aiming to be $4 billion by 2029, which is a 5 years journey. So I would love to invite you to be part of this journey of CamelCon by partnering with us as a liquidity provider, our simple SME, using this platform to get your cash flow sorted. Thank you very much.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Jason Inch. I'm the founder of StorySage.io. We are the future of generative AI for video, stories, anything that can be basically created as a narrative. Currently, we are already launched in our private beta, and we're launching a public version of the website in May this year. A little bit of background. StorySage was created by storytellers. I'm a writer myself. One of our other co-founders was a screenwriter. We had the idea that narratives and storytelling was missing, especially in many Web3 projects. So back in the days of 2020, 2021, when I was investing in NFT projects, I was always looking for ones that had an intriguing story behind them. Many of the projects themselves didn't have the story, but the founders had the story. So I was trying to find those projects that had a story inherent in the NFTs themselves. Could not find that very often, and I decided to create it with generative AI. What we are doing, for those of you who are not familiar with kind of the generative AI space, we're taking different Gen AI models, so that's the text AI, such as OpenAI, ChatGPT. We're taking image models, you've heard of Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and others. We are then taking other models, such as audio for voice, music models, video models, and we're putting those all together with our own custom models to create long-form videos. So we're actually creating 10-minute videos, 20-minute videos, and longer as part of our process. Currently, we're in R&D phase on the videos, but we've already created scripts and other elements, which I'll introduce to you shortly. The opportunity here is great. You have actually $2 trillion of value in the overlap between the movie and entertainment industry, the gaming industry, education, and other sectors. AI itself, of course, is growing very rapidly. So StorySage ties into all of those and will be part of this $2 trillion industry by 2030. I'm going to show you now a quick video of what our application looks like. And let's see how this goes.
Introducing StorySage, your ultimate story design companion. Imagine having a writing partner at your fingertips, tailored to your preferences and ready to collaborate on your next masterpiece. You have the power to choose the timing, genre, and even your writing partner's personality. Our detailed process ensures that every aspect of your story is neatly crafted. With StorySage, you'll receive very detailed results for every story you generate, including insights into plot twists, character arcs, and narrative flow. Whether you're a screenwriter, director, student, or entertainer, StorySage caters to your unique needs. With an easy interface and detailed guidance, we ensure that you get the best experience using StorySage. Easily export your script in PDF format for seamless integration into your projects. Experience the future of storytelling with StorySage. Start your journey today and let us help your dream of becoming a writer come true.
With a couple of clicks. So that's Story Stage as you see it today. And here in my hand actually is an example of one of our scripts. You can see it's actually about 150 pages of material. This was created with our application. It's in a Hollywood standard format that you could actually submit for reading in the entertainment industry. So you've seen the demo. Here's just a couple of other screenshots. A little bit about myself and our team. So I'm a multi-startup founder with several exits. I've been based in Asia now for 25 years. I've worked in the events, marketing, co-working businesses, and in 2016, 2017, I founded one of the first blockchain storage projects in the world. We did an ICO, and that was kind of my background in blockchain. What I'm doing with this project is taking AI and putting it together with blockchain. So primarily we're going to use NFTs. So every character, every location, every story will have an NFT. Those stories can then be licensed, can be viewed, can be sold, anything that can be done with the NFT. We'll take the platform and run that on a platform ecosystem token. So we're going to be highly integrated with blockchain. And of course, with blockchain storage, we'll be storing data using the blockchain as well. One of our other co-founders, Glenn Tam, he's a Harvard graduate, master's degree in computer science, cloud computing expert. He's worked with AWS for many, many years, as well as other cloud platforms as a certified engineer. And we have Vinandya Kamilia, who's actually here with me in the front row, taking some videos and photos today. She is one of our content developers. So she's already using our application to develop complex stories, not only in English, but also in Indonesian and other languages too. So we are a multimodal and a multi-language application that has a global user base. Anybody who wants to create stories is a potential market, but we in particular have identified markets such as education, entertainment, video games, and others. Briefly, our ask today, we are in our pre-seed round. We're looking for one or two key strategic investors or a fund to join us on this journey of storytelling in the blockchain generative AI era. And we're going to be here today and tomorrow at this event, as well as around in Dubai until Monday. Look forward to speaking to any investors, as well as other founders who are interested in this space. Happy to talk about Gen AI and blockchain. So please, my name is Jason. My contact information is up on screen. Thank you to the organizers for setting this up today. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Saurabh Patra, founder and chief contributor at Power Browser. Despite being unable to join you in person due to flight cancellations, I am grateful for this chance to connect remotely. Nevertheless, our absence doesn't diminish our enthusiasm to present our product to you. Let's get started. Power is envisioned to be the ultimate gateway of the decentralized future. Our goal is to democratize internet access and incentivize user engagement. Power is currently available on Android, Windows and Mac with an upcoming release in iOS. In a very short span of time, we have reached over 37 million users with more than 450k daily active users. Power Browser distinguishes itself by prioritizing user empowerment. Our platform rewards users for their time and effort, prioritizes security and offers innovative features, highlighting some of the major features like ad-free browsing, multi-login support, enhanced privacy, browse to earn, crypto chronicles, lightning speed, alongside many more. The key differentiator lies in our rewarding mechanism, token distribution, and user-centric approach. Offering a comprehensive suite of products, Power Points, Power D App Store, Power Wallet, and Power Swap. We will show a visual overview of these particular offerings in our upcoming slides. Some important milestones include the upcoming launch of PowerPoints, which is Browse to Earn, Power D App Store, gearing up for the future release of Power Wallet and Swap. Our tokenomics model is designed to ensure sustainability, growth, and fairness. We have successfully completed our seed round and our private sale is currently open. Let's take a glimpse of our product offerings by Power. Let's begin with our flagship product, Power Browser. With customizable themes, dark and light mode, switchable sidebar, multi-login support, blazing fast speed, privacy feature, and many more, Power Browser is redefining the browsing experience for everyone. PowerPoint is our innovative feature that rewards you for browsing the web in our browser. With features like an intuitive dashboard with earning stats, weekly and monthly leaderboard, and a tier-based reward system, PowerPoint aims to enhance the user engagement, build loyalty, and attract new users. Moving on to Power D App Store, with a vision to become the premier gateway for Web3 applications, Power has developed D App Store that catalogs comprehensive range of Web3 applications, providing users with a very vast selection and access to Web3 ecosystem. Now let's talk about Power Wallet. Our browser seamlessly integrates self-custodial multi-chain wallet, allowing users to store and manage cryptocurrencies and NFTs. Not only does it offer convenience, but it also ensures secure asset management and enhances privacy. With Power Swap, users can effortlessly swap between different cryptocurrencies, all from within the browser interface. With an expanding digital and Web3 landscape, there's a clear opportunity for Power Browser to make a significant impact. We are thrilled to have Chingari as an investor in our recent seed round, backing us since the beginning. Alongside Chingari, we have partnered with 150 esteemed collaborators and more, all dedicated for revolutionizing web browsing. In conclusion, Power Browser is not just a browsing tool, it's a catalyst for empowerment, innovation, and seamless user experiences. Invest in Power and become an integral part of shaping the Web3 ecosystem. I want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us today. As we move forward on the exciting journey, we invite you to stay connected with us. Whether you have questions, feedbacks, or just want to say hello, please don't hesitate to reach out to us via email or any of the social channels. Thank you.